What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Alright, guys, so here we are, the new art contest. Alright, this is dedicated to my mom, as all my future art contests will be on. And if this new format works out, then this is how my art contest will be going. That way we can have a total of 8, alright, finalists instead of just 5. Alright, 5, yeah, and since YouTube's been dipshit with their polls now, and because the turnout for the Discord poll was not very, I wasn't pleased with that, though I was pleased with everybody's art. Anyway, so boom, right here, here's your first contestant. Unknown Grounds. Okay, I told you they were going to be one of the automatic finalists. All right, and their opponent is this is Jacob2199. All right, check this shit out. This is very good. So you got some stiff competition, all right? So here are your 2 contestants. Boom, boom. All right. So let me know. There's a poll up. There will be a poll up in the posts. You know, vote for who you want to win this round. This is one round. The winner will be announced on my Sunday stream this Sunday, so look forward to that, guys. All right, so remember to comment on this video and in the poll of who you think should win and why. You know, who you like and why. All right, so look, and then we'll find out who's the first one moving on to the next round of the Wrath2501 All Stars competition, and so. As I'm dedicating this to my mother, I kind of want to immortalize her a little bit more, so yeah. I'm just telling you guys a bit of my mom's story here. From what I understand, my mom didn't really talk a lot about herself exactly in a whole lot of detail. Like, she didn't have a close relationship with her dad. Her mother, well, to put it mildly, her mother was abusive. Very abusive. If even half the shit my mom told me was true, that bitch needed to be locked up. Because she abused my mom, basically, from what my mom says, because she didn't want her. But back then, you know, things like abortion and adoption were very taboo, okay? People would look down on you. And considering she thought a lot of herself and didn't want people to look down on her, she treated mom like crap, treated her like the living hell and stuff. And this was pretty bad because my mom said when she was a kid, she had a dream about a monster chasing her. She didn't know what the monster looked like, but she had a reoccurring dream of a monster chasing her throughout her town. And when she finally got to her home, her mother opened the door and her mother smiled at her and gestured for her to come inside. And the monster was in the house with her. You know, so she felt that her mother always meant her harm. Her mother never meant her good. So she did not have a good start to her story. She did love her grandmother, and her grandmother loved her. Her grandmother lived up in Northern California, and they had a farm where my mom said they would pick fruits and stuff that they had growing on their land. It was a small farm, like really small, more like having a giant yard, you know, maybe like an acre or 2. And they used to raise rabbits and chickens and stuff like that. And my mom told me a story how she got in trouble because her grandpa gave her a rabbit's foot, you know, but it was a whole rabbit's foot that from a rabbit he had killed, and it wasn't preserved. So after a while it did start to stink, and her mother did find it, and supposedly is what she says, her mother beat the shit out of her for it. So, but she loved her grandmother, and her grandmother was probably from what she seems to talk about, her grandmother was the only member of her family who actually seemed to show her any love. So you could say my mom was love starved. And that actually makes me bad, because I think sometimes I didn't love her enough, much as she deserved. Because, you know, she did a lot, and she said her childhood, having a rough childhood from a home made her a little shit in school. She told me one time a story about how her and the boys in her first grade class, they were supposed to do a thing where they were dissecting a cow eyeball, and the teacher left the classroom and he let the students have the eyeballs, and so they started throwing them around the classroom. The girls were screaming, and from what my mom says, she was the only girl participating in the eyeball fight, just throwing eyeballs with the boys. She was a tomboy, and she was little. My mom was really little. I mean, from what I understand, she would have been in a car seat till she was like 15 or something like that. Everybody thought she was way younger than she was because she was so small. She wasn't like a dwarf, but she was just really small. So that's the first part of my mom's story. Kind of some stuff she told me about her childhood. So, so continue on with my mom's saga throughout these videos and these rounds through the art competitions. I dedicate this to her, and I try to do something to maybe immortalize her on YouTube. That she'll be a part of YouTube and part of people's lives, hopefully forever. And I'm hoping she can reach you. Maybe her story can inspire you guys a little bit. So there will be another part in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. And bye-bye.